Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It is brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio today is Tammy Wilson, Executive Director of TheVault in Clinton. Good morning, Tammy.
Good morning, Seth.
Does your phone have a poppet on the back of it?
Yes.
Do you just rest it on the poppet, like pop the poppet and just rest it? Oh.
I don't know. Should I?
That's what my wife does. I saw your phone in the video, and I was like, oh, does she just rest it on the poppet? That's funny. Pop it up, and it just sits kind of up a little bit, elevated.
You know what?
By an inch or two, because that matters so much.
Well, when you have old eyes, yes, it does matter, which I have.
You know that you can make the words bigger on your phone, right?
Shut up.
You said old eyes. I was trying to help you out there. I had to show my dad how to do that at one point.
Okay.
So
All
anyway,
right.
But no, it's
Look, I made it bigger, Seth.
Good.
Woohoo.
Good.
Okay.
All right. No. How's the vault doing?
Oh, it's doing good.
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask? I saw there was like an event there Saturday. Do you mind if I ask what was?
It was a rental.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
Cool.
Birthday party. It was like
good.
a Sweet 16 birthday party.
Good.
It
Nice.
is such an amazing space, isn't it, Seth?
Yeah, people love it.
They love it.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been doing, consistently doing rentals, especially around the holidays. And then we have a family who they rent out the vault for their family Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fantastic. They've done it like for the past couple years,
Mm-hmm.
and it's built-in entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everything that a kid could ever want. You know?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Everything.
except a bungee. What is that called? Bungee
jumping.
jumping. Yeah, no bungee jumping.
Well, your place isn't tall enough for that.
Well, it's pretty high ceilings.
You could
So,
probably make something out of it.
yeah,
though.
some of our kids were like, "Oh, we should get a zip line."
Yeah. Top level to lower level.
Woo!
Yeah, front door down to the back vault. There's a vault in the back, right?
In the bottom on the bottom level.
Yeah. Let's get the zip line from the front
Into
door
the vault.
down to the vault. Perfect. Oh, that would be funny.
Although it's actually not a vault. Do you know that? Have we talked about the history of the name?
No.
Oh, this will be fun. Let's talk about that.
Let's do that.
Okay. So the history is that, when we were doing renovations, oh my goodness, the bottom level was just a mess, like rubble, big chunks of concrete and just dust and everything everywhere. And so it took hours upon hours of people dragging stuff out. And then I guess one day a student unearthed this door, and they opened the door and he was like, "It's a vault." And everybody thought, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool. It's a vault." And then somebody said that would be a cool name for this place because it hadn't ever they hadn't named it yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so it stuck. It was like, yes, the vault. And the vault also is so cool because what do you keep in a vault?
Special things.
Yes.
Important things.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's what we do. We keep special, important things. Our teens, valuable, our core.
Did you say your teens?
Our teens.
You put your teens in the vault?
The building is the vault, but there is okay. I'm.
That sounded very sinister.
No.
We're,
Okay,
we're,
let me backtrack. All right.
We're kidnapping
Let me
teens
keep-
and
let
putting
me
them in
keep-
the vaults.
Let me
Come
keep-
to the vaults, young children. Sorry.
No. All right.
This took a really dark turn.
Let me finish my dang story. Okay. So the kid was like, "Oh, it's a vault." So then the name caught on.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, we discovered that room, that the door, the room where the door was actually not a vault. It was a coal burning room.
Oh, interesting.
I know. So
Is there a chimney?
And I would think there would have to be.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
But anyway, that room was where they burned coal to keep the heat in the building or whatever. Amazing. Because the building is 1800s or whatever. It's old.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, they just didn't feel like the coal burning room was as catchy as a name as the vault.
Right.
Right. Hey kids, come to the coal burning room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, back to your point.
You could have called it the black hole or something like that.
Come to the black hole.
That's-
No. So to your point, we're keeping, so the way we look at it is the vault holds valuables, and our teens, this is one of our core things that we try and instill in every teen that walks through our doors, is that they have value, right? That God created them for a purpose, and that they have purpose, they have potential, they have value. So that goes along with, the whole name, and that we're not locking them in the vault, Seth.
It comes full circle. I see. Well done, Tammy. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job.
That wasn't really a mic drop, but
Well, it was still a good story.
I think I have potential for
Yeah.
a mic drop this morning.
We had a conversation within the first 5 minutes of our discussion that was meaningful. I feel like
Yes.
rarely do we do that. It's silly time with Seth and Tammy until we get ourselves serious. But
Can we start a radio show? Silly time with
let's
Seth
do
and
it.
Tammy?
Yeah. Cody Monkman wants to do a show with me, so let's. Yeah, I'll just do
love
another
Cody.
one. I do too. We'll just do another one. So, I do know Tammy Wilson, executive director of TheVault in Clinton, as we learned about how the name came to be for TheVault. I know that you're a reader, and we talk a lot about some of the things you read and how they pertain to kids, and maybe it's where they're at, maybe it's an interesting factoid that you're seeing at the ground level, if you will, with the kids.
Yeah.
But this particular article you're going to talk with us about today is the makings of a successful teen center, and aligning where the vault is at in some of the bullet points of this article. So how about this?
Yes. So I came across this article, and a lot of people have asked us, like, what does it take to have a successful teen center? We've had people from all different cities come and pick our brains as to, like, they want to start a teen center in their city or whatever, and what did you do? How have you continued, because a lot of teen centers, they fizzle out in a couple years. And so what are we doing that we're able to say we're going to be here for the long term, right? And we've had 5 years, we've gotten 5 years under our belt. What are we doing that is causing this success? Well, in this article, the writer says that the first thing that makes a successful teen center is that you have to have what she calls youth ownership. And that's exactly what happened. Michelle Witzke, our founder, she went around before before we even bought a building, before anything. She went around and she did surveys. She had town meetings. She wanted to, first of all, get the kids on board and to say, hey, do you even want this, right? Is this something that you would want? And once the teens were on board, then it was like, okay, we need this. They want this. This is going to be an awesome thing for our community. So it's got to be, the youth have to be involved. And the author says that youth ownership involves young people having a sense of responsibility and having input into what happens there, while adults play a role in establishing rules and regulations for the center. When youth ownership is present, young people have input and have agreed to and adopted them as part of their cultural norms, which is kind of interesting. And I think that's what's been happening with the vault, is as we've gotten more and more kids coming and more kids are excited about it, it's like kind of part of their culture now, right? On Mondays and Tuesdays, the kids from the junior high and high school, they're like, oh, it's vault after school. So that's exciting to know that that's actually happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's cool.
Yeah. What else?
Okay. So what would you say?
Wow. See, I don't know if you know how this works, Tammy.
How does it work, Seth?
I'm the interviewer, and I ask the questions.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I would say, community involvement in, like, they invest in the kids. You need people, whether it's financially, with their time and their talents, investing in kids.
Mic drop. That was the mic drop right there. Boom. Yes. community. The author calls it community connectedness. I love that. She says successful youth centers depend on support from community members to operate both in terms of resources, financial and volunteers. In turn, the young people frequently give back to these communities to create a two-way connectedness. And I was like, yes, that's also what's happening here. We are getting volunteers, again, donors, financial donors, volunteers that come. We just had Steve Groves come and do maintenance for us on Saturday. He was fixing all kinds of things, and people like that just come in and give their Saturday up to come and help us. So those kind of things, the community is so involved, but then the kids are giving back to the community because we have this community serve day every month, and we're giving back to the community, and it is a two-way connectedness, and I love that. Love it.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
All
Very
right.
good. Yeah, I like it.
So that was 2 things. There's 2 more.
I had one, and before I went to the investment in the community, I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say. Dang it, I don't know.
Okay, this kind of goes along with volunteers, but mentorship.
Okay.
So we've talked about this before. We have mentors every time the vault is open. There are adult mentors that have been trained, background checked, all of it. They come in, and it's not like we call them mentors because they're not just adults coming to, babysit the kid, right? That's not what we want. We want mentors that are going to invest in the kids, develop relationships with them, and be able to be like, if a kid's having a bad day, and a mentor can just say, hey, what's going on? I noticed that you're kind of sad today. Tell me what's going on. And they can share. And it's that the mentors are huge. Then we have a ratio of 1 to 7 right now. So 1 mentor to every 7 kids, which is fantastic. And a lot of youth centers, this is where they fail, because the adults either don't consider themselves as mentors. They just come to just make sure the kids are not hurting themselves. Yeah. But when you get that buy-in for investing in the kid's life, that makes it's a game changer. Yeah. It makes a huge difference.
Sure. Is there a consistency in that though? Like a component of consistently being there, not just I'm here. Well, this came up, I can't make it, and then that kind of drops. They kind of drop off.
Yeah,
is there a consistency factor?
That's a really good point, Seth. When a mentor gets trained, we ask them to at least do every other week, like at least twice a month, so the kids are consistently seeing them. They're getting to know them, and a lot of mentors will do like once a week. Which is even better, because that's where the relationship develops, and that's where they get to know the kids and they get to know the space. And when they first start, it's a little awkward because teens can be a little intimidating.
They can be intimidating, but they can also be intimidated by adults.
They can.
It's kind of funny. The older I get, I find this dynamic interesting where older folks want to connect with young people, and young people, they may not realize it or admit it, but they want a connection with someone older so that can, give them parameters and be a mentor. Like they want that. They want that guidance. Yeah. And it's funny how both sides are intimidated by the other. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's kind of funny.
I know.
It's the social psychological component that comes in.
That is so true.
Yeah.
But when that barrier is broken down and then they connect.
It's amazing.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. What's the last one, Tammy?
The last one is effective coordination.
Okay. What's this mean?
Well, you need somebody coordinating everything. So that's where our staff, you have to have staff involved. You have to have, and unfortunately, there are a lot of, we write a lot of grants just because we're a nonprofit, and that's a way to bring in funds. So we write a lot of grants, and I've never understood this, Seth, but there are some grants that they will not pay for staffing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I know they have their reasons, but it doesn't compute with me because just being in the midst of what we're doing and planning programs and executing the programs and just coordination is a full-time job.
And you need someone to do it.
Yeah, because the programs are not just going to happen. Like you have to have somebody coordinating the programs. You have to have staff, like paid staff that are invested, because our volunteers are amazing. But when you volunteer, and I don't know if this has happened to you, but when you volunteer, it is, if you have something that comes up, you have to call off, but if you've got paid staff, obviously, then they're like way more invested. So.
Yeah. Well, and I've got a thought on that, but we need to go to break, so I won't put that out there because I feel like that'll just go to a whole new thing with us. But anything else on that article that stood out about just how, what that says to compare how the Vault is actually doing, and just, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, those were like the four main things. I think she had a couple others, but I pulled these out because I thought these were the most important. And just seeing that we're on the right track, right? That's what's exciting. Is I feel like we've got a good framework for moving forward, and so it was kind of cool.
Fantastic, very good. Well, let's take a break here, Tammy. Come back with some more. Tammy Wilson, Executive Director of the Vault in Clinton, our guest. More to come with her on the morning show.
WHOW.
Your Farm Bureau membership.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn lower, beans higher, wheat trading lower. March corn 481 and a quarter, down 4 and a quarter. May corn down 493 and a half. December new crop 510 down 2 and a half. January beans up 19 and a quarter, 1323 and a quarter. March beans up 18 and 3/4, 1341 and 3/4. November new crop 1282 and 3/4, up 12 and a quarter. March wheat 614 and a half, down 17 and a quarter. July wheat down 15 and a quarter, 630 and a quarter. January bean meal 410.20, up 550. January bean oil up 67 cents, 50.87. Livestock market, January feeders 213.75, down $1.55. December live cattle down 45 cents, 165 even. December lean hog 68.07, down 35 cents. Energy market, January crude oil down 17 cents. 7106. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
Are you a friend of agriculture? This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick here in Clinton. We're giving $500 towards the purchase of a new Buick or any new Silverado through the end of the year. That's correct. Any new Buick Enclave, Envision, or even the sporty Buick GX. And yes, any new Silverado 1500, 2500, or 3500 in gas or diesel. See our staff for details. Baum Chevrolet Buick, right from the start.
All of us here at Love It Once More Thrift Store in Clinton want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. Come see us this month and find your holiday decor on sale for half price. This is Connie reminding you to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or DivaDailyNews.com.
This is Ryan Utterback with Utterback Real Estate. Selling your house on your own can be overwhelming.
Pricing, phone calls, showings, negotiating offers, liability. Did I mention the paperwork? And baking all those cookies for open houses?
And that's why you're the other Ryan.
For stress-free selling, click the Utterback Real Estate icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest again in studio today, Tammy Wilson, Executive Director of the Vault in Clinton. And Tammy, we talked about that article you read that, kind of outlined what makes a successful teen center.
Yes, and I should probably note where the article came from.
Yeah, please do.
Give credit where credit is due. So it's an excerpt from a place called Heartwood Center for Community Youth Development. So that's where the
sounds very professional.
I know.
Good for you.
Yeah.
But also a data point to go along with that. What do you have?
Yeah. So we talked about community connectedness, volunteers, right? All right. I'm going to throw out a number for you.
Okay.
And you have to guess what this is.
Okay.
Okay. 31,315.36.
331,000.
No, 31,000.
31,000.
315.36.
315. It's a dollar figure. No.
No, it's not $1.
I don't even know. Miles. No. I don't know.
You're getting closer. Hours.
Who breaks down hours to the 100th?
Well, our administrative or our director of finance, that's who does. Wendy Dement.
Well, that would director of finance. That would add up.
Okay.
Pun intended.
So thank you. Boom.
Yes.
Boom, Seth.
Did
you're
my
on
best.
It. Yes.
So
All
what
right.
is this?
This is the number of logged volunteer hours since our beginning in 2017.
Oh, I never would have guessed that. So I'm glad you just put that out there.
Is that mind blowing?
That's a lot of investment.
Okay, so here's the other mind blowing thing.
Uh-huh.
Is that this 31,000 hours does not even include that's when people actually logged hours.
Mm-hmm.
There are countless number of other hours that people haven't even logged.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I mean, I'm sure it would be
Probably running into someone in the community at an event, talking
my
there.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! Well, or people coming in like Steve Groves. Groves, he didn't log his hours. Like he came and he spent his Saturday, fixing things. Or people who make meals for an event, or people who come and just do miscellaneous things that they don't log their hours or whatever. So
Yeah.
anyway, it's just
That's wild.
a community. Oh my gosh, I just can't say enough
Yeah.
about our community. It's
That's
so
good
awesome.
stuff.
I know.
What are the holidays like at the vault there, Tammy?
Yeah, so this week is actually our last week of programming. We had last week we had indoor snowball fights on Thursday.
How does that
Thursday
work?
and Friday? Okay, so we set up barriers on the lower level. Like we set up all these different barriers, and Jason, our program director, he bought like fluff snowballs.
Yeah.
Like just the fluffy, the fluffy kind. They don't hurt, but
Right.
they work. So you divide up into two teams, and then you have a big snowball fight. It was very fun.
Well, how about that?
I know that was
Sounds like fun.
And then this week, I think we're rounding out the year with a laser tag. I think it's a laser tag event.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
so that'll
fantastic.
be fun.
Where do folks go? I know you've got a list of things you want. I can't let you get to that today, Tammy. We're
That's
out
okay.
of time. Can they find it like online somewhere of things that
Yes,
you need that
yes,
they can give?
It is
Where do they
absolutely
find that?
online. It's on our website, which is thevaultclinton.org. If you want to buy us a lovely gift, that would be so awesome. We would love it.
Very good.
2-ply toilet paper.
2-ply toilet paper as well. Tammy Wilson, Executive Director of the Vault in Clinton. Network News on the way.
The Big 1520 WHOW Clinton 92.3